Hey everyone! Hello, welcome to this special session. Oli presents Kelly. She will join in a little bit and I'm warming up. I am beginning this session 1 or 2 minutes before, and thank you again for the replay team for joining us. Feel free also to ask her any questions in the LinkedIn comments or the YouTube comments, even if you are watching afterwards. I'm really happy because it's about helping to present you someone of my network, and I'm going to do it more and more. This is the first only presence of 2025 and also the first in a while, because the last time was in the 19th of July with dear Jessica, and after that I was like, oh, but I want to continue my mission of only presenting, only elevating, and by elevating others, I'm elevating myself. So bear with me. I'm with amazing energies. I have to be careful because I'm cooking something. As she's there, I was thinking, why not to cook something? And this will be excellent. I will show you later. But I'm going first to watch if I am live on LinkedIn and on YouTube. First, let me know in the comments who is watching and how are you doing today. If I am audible, normally I am. Am I audible on LinkedIn? Let's check it out directly. 1, 2, 3. Yes, and because I have my headphones also. So that's why I was listening anything. But no, yes, I am audible on LinkedIn. And I'm going to mute on LinkedIn, and then I'm going to see if I am audible on YouTube. Yes, I am audible on YouTube. So I know that as I need to heal about my practice to make it planned upfront many days or weeks before, but I was planning this session probably too much late on 6 hours before, I think. And so right now, in Europe, West Europe and US, we are still on Friday for a year. And for her, it's already Saturday morning. It is right now 8 a.m. her time. And I'm going to stop the distraction and to go back to my session. So this session will last 60 to 80 minutes maximum, I think, and she will join. And so let me share my screen before that, because before she's joining, I was thinking, why not to present you Kelly. So who is Kelly? She will tell you in a little bit. But as her profile is already saying that I'm going to share my screen right now, she will be in the dance floor very soon. So her name is Kelly Price. And she is a woman, flow-free alternative creator. That's amazing. A rebel chef, Nuttitude food, attitudes, mood. Oh, she changed her tone. Amazing. Executive chef, health and wellness culinary specialist. And here is her voice, loud and clear.
Nuttitude.
If I'm on mute, I will not be able to do that. So I'm going to do it again. Nuttitude. That's not your first name, dear Kelly, but it's okay to understand how to pronounce. Okay.
Nuttitude.
So welcome, Kelly. very soon on stage, and I'm stopping sharing my screen. So this is me, but I'm really happy to also listen and read from you. How are you feeling today? And at some point in 40 minutes, I will be able to give you the stage link so that you can join us and ask Kelly any question about her mission, why, food, her life in Australia, and then you can also do that on YouTube comments, on LinkedIn comments, and on the replay also. So bear with me. I'm going now to bring more fun while I am waiting for dear Kelly. I'm just checking if I have any. That's it. So that's the music right now. Pour drink in my special cup. I have a special cup with me that I still have to wash, but this is live backstage. Welcome to the reality of the remarkable leader. So while we are dancing right now, I am preparing my amazing drink with a surprise. So this is really an excellent drink. Oh, that's incredible. First time that I do that, by the way, my friends. I am live and on the oven and the windmill at the same time. So I am now. Oh, low battery. No, that's my battery of my headphones, but that's okay. I might see how much time does it make, but it will be amazing. So I am audible always. That's incredible. And I'm waiting for the person that I'm going to present, but I am going to be honest. I'm really happy to see you on YouTube and LinkedIn. Feel free to comment anytime. Oh, okay. Help. I'm going to give her help. Boom, 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 and to give her the access to the panel through that. That's it. So she will be able to join as soon as possible. So let me know in the comments if you are watching live. How are you feeling today? I am really happy to present you Kelly. So let me know in the comments how are you feeling today. We are live, and the reason that I decided to choose Kelly is not only because she said yes and she will be the first on this new year, also because I'm really now tapping into more health and into more food. And for me, that's really important because if I don't tap into and food, then I'm going to be depleted again. So, dear Kelly, are you able to join the stage? Feel free to join the stage if you can. I hope so. Normally, she will be able. So, food is really important for me. Really important for me because I was a bit like not paying attention about my food, but food is energy. Food is energy for my body. And if I am bringing into my body bad energies, guess what? I will be depleted. I will not be able to pour back energy to you and to myself, of course. So I am now going to be a remarkable leader to wait a little bit before I drink because it's quite hot. Mm-hmm. But it's delicious. It's delicious. Delicious. So thank you so much for bearing with me. Replay team, it has been already 10 minutes, and I hope that you are patient. She will join as soon as possible. And so the food is our life. It's our vehicle. The food that you are eating in will condition the rest of your hour, the rest of your day, of your week, of your life. And of course, you can repent. But at the same time, we are also built on the food capital that we were eating years ago. And we can repent, but at the same time, we will face some difficulties. Um, and it doesn't mean that we have to say, well, anyway, I don't care. I will continue to eat poorly and to not nurture myself. No, we can change, we can elevate, we can repent. And so I wish that 2025 will be really amazing in a sense of setting, renewing, making bold moves about the food. So let me know in the comments what are your decisions when it's related to food. And I am now waiting. And I can speak. But, So let me show you. I was having an excellent milk. I will tell you why. And the answer is in the reply. Yes, I'm crazy. But at the same time, I'm showing what I bought. And this is a little bit of French also. Avoine, and in Dutch it's havre. And it's sans sucre ajouté, which means without added sugar. And it's a lead avoine. And I don't know, I don't remember. Probably it's oat, OAT, but I'm not sure. Because in French there are many veggie milks. And I think each year I drink less than 1 liter of animal milk, even less. Welcome, Kelly.
Sorry.
All is fine.
My
I'm
links.
happy.
I couldn't press the links without my glasses on. So I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. So first, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling like I need a coffee.
Oh,
What time is it with you?
it's 10 p.m., so it's not a time for me for having a coffee. But you can have a coffee if you want.
Okay, I'll make a cafe au lait.
Of
How
course.
do you say that?
We are live. This
Yes.
cafe.
Cafe on cafe.
Voila, café and café du bien. And we are live. This is live. There is no obligation, no pressure. You can do in French, there is an expression fais comme chez toi, which means do as you like at home.
Excellent. Well, I feel at home.
That's it.
How are you?
Yeah. I am feeling great. I had an amazing day. It was delicious. It was delicious. And I was meeting face to face a friend and online another friend. And then you are the third person that I was meeting online. And it's amazing. It's amazing. I am stoked. I am also inventing some words. I don't know if you see that properly. Probably here right now.
Yes.
Mot café du bien.
Mocha of the day.
Yeah, I invented a lot of puns, so it's not the only one. But it's like the mock, MOCK.
Oh. Oh. Now.
And so as I was imagining like mocha, like the coffee,
Yes.
and so I was using like the pun mock café du bien.
Well, I was almost going to do the same sort of thing with bread of the day. You know how you have soup du jour? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, la soupe du jour, the soup of the day.
Yes. Well, I was going to have the bread of the day.
Ah, yeah.
But I don't know what bread is in French. And
Pain.
fruit,
And that, yeah, in fact, I can write it and show it to you because it's really also amazing. I love know the words in different languages that are not the same in French, because in French, in English, it is, what do you say in English?
pain.
Voilà, pain. But in French, it's
petit
pain.
pain.
Voilà, like le pain au chocolat.
Pain chocolat. Oh, yes.
Voilà. And so I love this word like four, 1, 2, 3, 4, F-O-U-R, which is the oven in French.
Oh, nice.
Or B-U-T, but, the B-U-T. And in French, it's but, it's goal in French. Un but, un goal.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there is the last one, sale, S-A-L-E.
Yes.
Like I have a sale. And in French, it's sale, S-A-L-E, sale, which means dirty.
Oh, it's true for both.
That's it. So, yeah, but it's really amazing, you know, when you tap into the language. Like in Spanish, salir, L-I-R, which means to climb. Salir, like escalade, you know. And in French, salir is to make dirty, the verb of to make dirty.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So how many languages that you do? 5 languages.
So it will be 5 in 2025, because I already I speak French natively. I had also to speak Dutch, and then I spoke also English. English is my third language. My fourth language 17 years ago was Italian. And then my fifth language will be Spanish this year.
Excellent. And so how much do you learn until you consider you've achieved a certain level that's good enough to sort of then keep growing from? Like, how long would it take you to get?
For French, this is my native language. I'm humbly at 75-80% because I always discover words, because there are multiple Frenches. So, for instance, I learn new words in French. 2 years ago, I was learning compétir, which means to make competition. But in French, it's only for Africa, because compétir doesn't exist in France, Belgium, Canada, Switzerland.
Competition?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
To compete, to compete.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so it's interesting because it's creativity. And as there are multiple Englishes, I really don't know if I am an English speaker like UK English or US English, because also there are also English speakers in Australia. It might be also an Australian English that are quite a bit different from US and UK, having the same root, the same skeleton, but with specialities, with Aussies.
Well, because we managed to butcher most languages, so that's why I thought I'd become a chef.
Oh, chef! And by the way, do you know? And I hope I don't distract you for making your coffee. Feel free to interrupt
I'm just scared.
me.
It's a bit noisy.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah, you can listen, and I will continue. So the word chef in fact, it's not only about the cooker, the main cooker, but in French, it's a sort of captain, and there is also a link with the head, because chef means also the head physically, like the chef, because there is a word in French that is couvre-chef, Couvra, and it's like a cover head, like a cap or a hat, couvre-chef.
Yes.
So chef, it's like caporal,
Capo, the Capitano.
like the capital or caporal, capo.
Corporal. Wow.
Capo, capo.
Capo. But that's what we call captains. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, captain, and that's the main signification of chef.
Well, I knew I'd picked the right title.
Like the parents in French might say, "Hey, oh, je suis le chef ici," hein? That means, "Oh, hey, oh, I'm the captain here."
Yeah. Do you want me to show you this quickly? Oh, I can't. My bird has decided. Is bird in French?
Non, c'est oiseau.
Spell that, W.
So I'm going to write it because it's one of the rarest short words. Ooh, beautiful.
There you go. See, he doesn't like the normal cage.
Yeah. So it's spelled OISEAU.
OASO. Nice. Thank you. That chalkboard helps.
And it is the rare word that contains the maximum of vocals and the minimum of consonants.
Wow.
Because there is only the S. And then there is A, E, I, O, U are there. With a word of 6 letters is quite rare.
Oh, I love it.
That's it.
That would, yeah. So how long have you studied language? Is that been your main driver of doing it as a career?
Yes, that's my main driver since 6 years. But I gotta facilitate this session because it's not Kellie presents Ollie, it's Ollie presents Kellie. So I'm really glad that you are asking me the questions, but I'm really also concerned that maybe the audience knows me already, but it's great that they know more about me. But it's about a session to know more about you. So, who is Kellie?
Well, Kellie is an Australian woman living in Sydney. The capital is Canberra. I'm a chef. I was a chef. I've had a work injury. I'm now writing a book, and I'm learning lots of little things that I can from the comfort of my home. And LinkedIn has been there, and Ollie's been there teaching me some words and giving me some just some renewed vigor in the cooking, chefing industry, because all I notice is a lot of food waste. So I lost my joy for cooking, and I'm hoping to just engage and learn and yeah, because there's so much I don't know, and I want to know everything. How much more? how much do you want to know about Kellie?
Well, I'm really curious because if I might, if I might give you my insight, you said something that I would like to let you reflect on,
Mm-hmm.
because you said that you said that you were a chef. I think you are still a chef.
Oh, thanks.
It, my joy, because it's like Federer and Nadal are not anymore playing professionally as tennis players, but I still consider them as tennis players. Even in 20 years, they will be still be tennis player. Boris Becker, 30 years after he decided to leave the competition, is still a tennis player. So I'm really sure that even though you are not, even though you are not doing that anymore, I don't know how much time, but you are still a chef in my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. I, I guess I treat it like divorce. Once you're not in it, you're out. um, uh,
Well,
but
can I be honest? Can I
yes.
be honest? I learned since these last 9 years to love myself more. Yet I broke up 9 years ago, or plutôt, she broke up me. I was with
Mm.
my ex-partner, and even 9 years ago that we are separated, I still love her. Not as much as before, but I still love her because she was important in my journey. So I think it's not anymore. It's not really about the present. It's about the number of years. So how many years were you? Are you a chef?
Well, at least 30. And it was a colourful journey. But I'm not the type that wanted to compete and have that hostile, brutal approach. But you have to demand it for excellence. But when staff is not reliable, you end up making friendships and hoping to depend on people, and that doesn't work either. So not being able to be the genuine person when you've got the business side of it, so being executive chef is tricky to navigate. It's lonely. So you come out of your career and you don't know anyone. Uh, and yeah,
Hmm.
like you, I'm learning all these new languages, but it's all technical and it's all uh, internet. Like I had trouble finding the correct link because I think my activity on engaging with people is more consuming than I thought. Because my only experience was Facebook, and that's like a ghost town unless you're paying for likes. So I
Hmm.
wasn't learning. So yeah, I'm now doing things with people that are like minded and trying to make a difference from my house, my unit. So,
Hmm.
uh, so I don't have any, I don't have a job as such, and I don't have a budget, and I don't really have a clear vision of the future. So I'm just learning stuff as I step forward each day, trying to make a deliberate change.
Yeah, thank you. And so I'm really happy because I am going to also challenge you because other people might challenge me, and that's why we need people to be out of the frame for challenging each other. So I'm really also that happy that you are challenging me. And so, would you consider to add these three letters yet?
Yet, yes, yet.
Because you don't know what's going to future yet. You don't know how to be back on track and fulfill your mission yet.
Hmm. Yes. True. How do you say that in French?
Pas encore.
Oh.
Because there is encore. I'm going to write it also because encore itself,
Yes.
it's more. Et pas encore, it's yet. So not yet, pas encore.
Good. Excellent.
Exactly. And this is my surprise because I was thinking I'm going to boil some eggs in my veggie milk. So I
Oh,
boiled some eggs. Yeah, I'm a crazy
oofs.
guy. I know.
How do you say it?
Mm.
Oofs? Oof? Oof?
Well, in fact,
Egg.
if it's one, because I do two ones, and it's a tricky one because I'm going to write it. By the way,
Yes.
so it's in the singular OEUF in the singular, and then you add an S in the plural.
Oof.
Yeah. So it's of.
Oof.
Voilà,
Oof.
of. But then if it's in the plural, it's E.
Ooh.
Voilà. E.
Ooh.
Voilà. So I have another question if you would like. And everyone that are watching live, feel free to ask any question on LinkedIn comments or on YouTube. I'm really happy because there is no audience right now, but I'm sure there will be people on the replay that will watch later that will be also able to ask any comments. And I will let you know if there are questions afterward. But feel free also to interact with us. It's really important. So the other question that I'm also happy to tap for myself: what are the next steps that will allow you to be backup?
Ooh. Okay. Get organized. I have to be organized because I haven't been a captain for a while. And I don't have a street map either, so I'm cross country hiking to a destination I don't know. But I just feel that every step, every engagement, regardless of whether it actually develops into something tangible, it's planted a seed, it's started a question, and it's causing people to have to respond to what they're doing with their food waste, for example, because I'm trying to start up a soup kitchen. Or not start it up, but at least get someone else to continue doing what they're doing somewhere else, but make it a satellite focal point for where people come and get
Yes,
fed and not get
yes.
shame. So
And
it's not realistic in anyone else's eyes, but I'm a little bit
well,
crazy. That's why.
what matters for me is that you have a why, you have a mission. So you were a chef for 30 years. That means that you were beginning very young, in your 20s, I think, if I calculate well.
But that's actually quite old for chefs, because I had an opportunity to run the family business or learn to, and I chose to do something where I didn't feel like I was the boss's daughter. I wanted to have respect for what I
Oh,
did.
so your father or your parents were chef before you?
No, they have a family business, but I was going to do that when I was in my teens. So I had options and I had to make a choice, and I made a choice. I thought, if I'm going to be stuck as a housewife cooking for someone the rest of my life. I may as well get paid for it. And chefing was the solution to that problem. And I think it was a good thing because I've been able to apply it in lots of charities, lots of organisations where I've been able to actually physically help rather than just talk about stuff. So now I'm just talking about stuff, and hopefully it'll. Well, I have a strong faith, so I believe that I'm being led, and I don't necessarily have to be the one holding the baton the whole time. I can pass it on because health is always an issue, so got to be
In fact,
mindful of that.
yeah. First, thank you so much for sharing. And I, you made a choice to be a chef. What led you to choose in your path of life when you were young to become a chef?
Well, to me, it was either a future of a submission in the kitchen, whether you wanted it or not, because you had to cook for yourself or you have to cook for someone else. So I thought, at least if I'm cooking, I'll get paid for it. And you've got to remember, women, they don't talk about it, but they haven't been voting for that long. They haven't been working for that long. They haven't been able to get mortgages or inherit property. They haven't been able to get loans, or there's so many most, like, even now they don't get an education, and if they talk they get murdered. So I have a real heart for women because I've got it very good in Australia. It doesn't mean it's easy, but what's easy to what person in what country in what circumstance. So I feel I'm blessed, and I think if I can't talk about the injustices of the world, and if that puts me out of business, well, I really don't care. I'd rather be on a
Thank you.
mission than have, permission. But that's where it's hard with the internet. We've got different laws on what is considered hate speech or misinformation. So my question, if I ask it the wrong way, might be conceived as a breach of that agreement. So I am cautious. Do you have that?
I think it's really also something interesting because whatever we are in the world, if we are having a different voice than the voice of this system that might be also corrupted by some lobbyists, then you are in dissonance and then you are challenged. I will not go into the details, but during the pandemic, there was many voices that were expressing about what's happening, and they were discarded. They were the thing that bothers me is not were they in the truth, were they whistleblowers, they were they pointing things like the alert whistleblowers. But the real question is that are we giving them a voice, a platform? If we are repressing, whether it's truth or not, whether it's conspiracy of the or the truth, if we are not letting them to have a voice, they will have a voice in other ways, in people that will radicalize and that will be violent because the system itself, uh, even if some people will disagree with me, the system itself could have violence towards human by its
Yeah.
practice. And so if the voices, the different voices cannot be expressed, then they will express other ways by destruction, by radicalism, by
Mm.
and I don't say that it's always the case, because there are like non-violent movements that are trying to anyway get their way to legalities.
Mm.
Yeah,
Coffee.
happy coffee to you. I'm going to drink my milk. So I was thinking it's about finding the right people that are the most uh, connected to the divine and to humanity, and that are challenging the system, so that we are elevating the whole humanity. It's not about to harm humans or even to harm structures and companies, but it's to realize, hey, your company is named Total, your company is named McDonald's. Uh,
Mm.
you have already a hard past history, and know what?
Mm.
Are you going to
Mm.
repeat again your toxicity over the years? You're going to repent and change your model so that you can have an angel halo by saying, okay, I was like that, but I'm not that anymore. Because until they are going to do a bold move to say, I am McDonald's, but I am right now challenging my own practice to be more healthy,
Mm.
cross fingers, because if they don't do that and they don't proclaim that, if it's just greenwashing, then
Mm.
many people will say, oh, McDonald's, in French, MERDE, which is the English word for SHIT. So many people will continue to say that McDonald's is at SHIT, although they were changing. And it's like trust needs time. So
Mm.
they got also to prepare that if they are doing wrong in the past and they are willing to do good, and there are proofs, and there are people that says, oh, I came back to McDonald's because this and that, and see, they are changing with, and it will take time, but it worth the try, because else always the sad picture about like when the for companies it's easy because companies are eternal living, like Coca-Cola and McDonald's. They are there for multiple decades. But for
Mm.
people, once they got their life at the beginning or at the end, there was two examples. Like Hitler.
Oh yeah.
Hitler, it's already near 80 years that he's gone, that he dropped his last breath. And although there are good things inside this person, majority of us will declare that Hitler is a bad person, and for the good reason, because
Mm.
he did harm during the Second War
Mm.
before. And that's it. And no, we cannot change a person when the last breath is done. When a person did bad things and repent and say, okay, from now I'm going to repent and do good, there is a change. We cannot change the past of the person, but there is a change. Same with a person. I was thinking about another person. That's really interesting. That's a case, and then I'm going to be back to you because the main session is with you. But there is a famous celebrity in France, Belgium, in the Francophonie world since more than 60 years. In fact, he passed away more than 10 years ago, I think, 15 years ago, I think. And his name is Abbé Pierre, which is a guy, a kind of a priest, really famous. And since the winter 54, where he was a priest, and he called the society to deal with the unhoused people, the people on the streets, because in the
Mm.
winter 54, there was the winter was really cold, and
Mm.
for years and decades, this person was considered as a saint. considered as a good person, and for the good reasons. And
Mm.
then few years ago, we acknowledged, because and for many years and decades it was silenced, but we acknowledged that this guy was harming women.
Mm.
And that makes now his image. There was like the email foundation, Fondation Abbé Pierre, and this foundation publicly discarded him because of that. Because else the name will be linked to this foundation. And as the person we discovered he harmed women, then the foundation will be dirty, because
Yeah.
the foundation name was Abbé
The
Pierre, Abbé
reputation.
Pierre. Yeah, the
Yeah.
reputation. So
Defamed.
even, yeah, so that's also the fact that uh, someone could have the story rewritten based on recent event that was silenced before.
But if you don't teach history,
Mhm.
people don't know. I think they're a
Yeah,
bit
and
distracted with Hollywood.
the history is repeating.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But they all think
So
it's a new revolution. Yeah.
so I wonder if you would like, I don't know if she will be available, if someone can join the stage. Would you like someone to join the stage?
Me?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm happy to have someone come up. But yeah, just with women, it just seems so strange. And that's why being a chef was important, because it was such a male dominated field.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to add that. But I still find it weird that we can have sports teams, opposing teams working together towards something, but yet it feels with politics or anything else, you can't have another opinion other than the mainstream agenda. I'll let you think on that.
So I'm really also curious to tap into the history of your life. We know what led you to become a chef. What led you to do the what you are doing right now, the soup, and to help your community about the soup? Is there a particular event that you can track that led you? This is my why. I want to do that.
Yeah, I sort of felt like a Barbie doll that had its legs and heads and arms pulled off, and I didn't know what to do with myself after my work injury. So it's been a lot of learning, navigating, being married, being divorced, all that kind of stuff. I don't know how juicy you want this to be. But it's just been a learning curve. I see life as school, and it's school of hard knocks, and you either survive it or you don't. And I'm still here, so I guess I'm just delicately taking one step at a time, hoping to change the world's attitude towards food. And bringing that awareness to people is not a comfortable conversation. I guess I may as well be talking about politics, because people are offended when you question their food choices. But if you question their drinking choices, that's okay these days, because people accept that there is an addiction, there is a psychological and physiological component with food and other things that have an addictive type of reaction in the brain. Is it the cortisol? Are you aware of that? So
Yeah.
I've got a lot to say, but it's not well received. So I'm trying to navigate engaging in conversations, because I had an engagement with a homeless gentleman last week, and I sat down and talked to him because I was trying to film the restaurant that I want to use as a soup kitchen. And lo and behold, he's from Canada. He's been stuck here for since COVID lockdown. He's living on the streets. He looks for places to eat. But unless you're a real veteran, homeless veteran, you don't know where to go get food. And you don't have the power available to charge your phone and find Google Map next soup kitchen. So I wanted to make something that was a landmark, where it was a community engagement and almost a social network where people can actually get help but actually participate. I don't know. It could be anything. I'm not that set on this recipe. I just see an outcome, and I'm just making a bit of noise, throwing a few landmines around, getting a reaction, and that's probably not the way to do it, but nothing else works because hunger and homelessness still exist. So while I'm comfortable, I'm going to see what I can do to make other people comfortable. So I bought this guy dinner, but he'd been running a soup kitchen for 11 years in Canada. So I've all the odds. And I'll be posting that interview because he agreed to let me interview him. He didn't like the idea of having a soup kitchen as soup per se. But I thought, well, if you've got nothing and if you've got diabetes or anything like that, you need regular food. So you don't have to wait till 7:30 till a truck comes around to dispense loaves of bread that's going to impact your insulin issues. So there's a lot there, Ollie. We may have to do a series.
Yeah, of course. And it's really important for people to know the why. Because for me, it was for the joy to do it. And first, let me just highlight Margaret. It's LinkedIn user, but it's Margaret, in fact, in LinkedIn. So hello, and lovely Kellie Price. So she's saying to you hello. And then she's also adding another message like that. So happy you care so much about our food choices, Kellie. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Margaret. And I feel free anyone to join the stage. I placed a link on LinkedIn, on YouTube. And for me, it's about to say, okay, what could we do? Even if we cannot change the world, we can do something. I don't know what, but something individually with our own drop of positive energy to bring more joy to the people. And soup is amazing because soup is what? Soup is water. Probably you will contradict me, but for me, soup is water and veggies or anything. So you can add also miso, you can add also mushrooms, and it's just water plus food. And the food, there are enough food that is wasted. There is an application that exists all around the world, I think, but in Belgium we are using that also, and it's called Too Good to Go. Too Good to Go.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about any place that has food that is going to perish and it's not going to be used. People can
Is that
just join and take the food.
is it a government initiative? How did they start?
No, I'm really happy to give the information. I think it comes from Denmark or someone that went in Finland or in Denmark and realized that and created that and exported that for the world. And but I think there are many initiatives all around the world to tackle the waste of food, whether it's about supermarkets, restaurants, street markets, events, and that are seeing not consumed food that is left there. You know,
Mm.
when you are organizing an event with 40 people and that you are planning to have 40 pieces of food, but when there is just 15, 20 people, then what happened to the 20? Either there are people that are taking their second or third part, that might be
Yeah.
there, but there are also people that are not eating anymore anything. So food is left unconsumed and is going to be wasted, trashed right now, because there is also a law. I'm not sure if I'm inventing something, but there was a law that it's impossible for people to just put food on um, their tablet window outside, because it might be cats or rats or I don't know. But it's crazy, because then the food is not there and the people cannot eat. The people, I'm hungry, I see food, I eat. But if they are not saying that, what are the other initiatives? So it
Mm.
really to organize, to associate. They are also on the winter. We are on the winter right now in Europe. There are local associations that are providing food or soup
Mm.
on major train stations.
Mm. But you don't need stuff. You can just drink it or a spoon. It's not. It's portable.
Yeah, it could be portable also, but also it will also tackle how the people on the street are doing with the plastic stuff. Usually, as I don't say that they are uncivilized, but might be some people, they are eating and they are leaving their trash somewhere on the street and
Yeah.
not trashing it properly. So that might be a good solution, but at the same time, it's better to let them eat there, and to not let them take away, or just to have reusable containers,
Yeah. Bring
or
your own.
recycled containers. Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, McDonald's and Hungry Jack's and all the fast food places have been doing it nicely for how long have they been at it?
yeah,
And they haven't worried about the pollution or the rubbish. And so feeding the people that are already full, I won't say the other word, um, but not, but judging people that are hungry and worrying about the litter, to me, we can deal with that as part of the working for unemployment benefits, cleaning up,
yeah.
pick up stuff. Like in Singapore, I think they just sweep the
Ah,
streets.
yeah.
They actually look after the place because they love it. And we've Australia's lost its identity, I think, when it comes to um, looking after what we've got. I
Mhm.
mean, it's not just food in an opulent form that's being wasted. I'm talking about the grain that's being dumped in the ocean to change the stock prices. So I'm
Oh,
talking about manipulated.
wow,
Yeah.
that's a
So
huge
it's
thing.
bigger. It's bigger. But I talk a small seed because it's going to be a forest when it grows. But it's just a seed that I've got, and it's wheat. Have you heard of uh, Carter? Uh, I forget. He invented all the uses for the peanut.
No.
Carter.
Ah,
What is it?
cashew. Yeah, yeah,
I'll send you another link. But yeah,
yeah,
so I'm just addressing. There's so many things wrong with the world, but why I'm just dealing with wheat at the moment. That was my bird.
yeah,
Is I can only deal with one thing because there's so many things wrong in the world, but I can look at
yeah,
one thing and make it the main thing.
yeah.
So
So you
yeah,
you your main thing is to deal with waste of food and making it soup.
Yes, and also I really believe that food impacts your mood, your health, and your longevity. And I believe we're eating the wrong stuff. And I have researched it, and I've got, without a shadow of a doubt, many people like Atkins, Prettycan, uh, everyone says that gluten is bad, and wheat is toxic, and it's stored in your body and it compromises your health. So,
Food, mood.
an attitude. So that's
Food,
why I've got that
mood.
hashtag Nuttitude. But
Yeah.
if we start up a donation with no dough, which I've got, and I've got no idea how to do it, and I'm not eating bread, but I just believe that if it's got legs, it'll walk, and it will do its own thing. But you've got to have the conversation, and you've got to be prepared to be cancelled over it. And I've been cancelled before, so it's good. It's nothing like a
Yeah.
challenge. I love it.
Bringing a
Excellent.
donation. And excellent. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Bellissimo. This
Grazie
is
mille signora, sei veramente brava. Veramente, I will say in English, but you are so brave. You are so brave. So pour in the comments right now or afterwards, pour some love to Miss Kelly. You are really amazing. Your energy is delicious, and it's time. I'm loving to bring my puns right now on the camera because I was having these puns during a session 2 hours ago. It is time to elevate.
oh,
It's time to elevate.
Shelevate.
Yeah, shell, Shell, elevate.
I love it.
And also, it
You
is time to simplify.
simply fly.
Simplify.
My bird knows all about that.
Yeah, and it is time also to have some enthusiasm. That's me pouring you so much love for what you are doing, dear Kelly.
Thank you for receiving me in my civilians. I
So,
feel
I don't know, we can continue for 20, 30, 40 minutes as long as you wish. Super.
yes.
So, I'm really creative and inventive. What are the questions that nobody asked you and that you would me to ask you?
What's my purpose for living?
So, dear Kelly, what is your purpose for living?
Ooh, this is a deep one. I think every life that is created um, is an energy that cannot be uncreated. And I think that every soul matters, whether it's a soul sitting on the ground eating roots from the ground that they've just picked, to someone eating in a palace drinking from gold goblets. I think human life is equal, and I get disturbed seeing how half the population of the world is treated like an inferior product, and that creates a hell of a lot of problems when the people that create life are omitted from making decisions or laws or even being educated. I almost see it like separating all the birds that are boys and the birds that are girls, and cutting the wings off the girl ones and say, oh, you can't fly, and let the boys birds just fly. And it's as simple as that. It's like, why? So my purpose for living is trying to understand why, but also I don't have a choice. I keep waking up, and every time I wake up, I'm just grateful for God that I've got another opportunity to maybe make someone else's life a bit better. And but I've been bedridden for forever, so I feel useless in that sense. But people people still think that I don't know. I'm just surprised at the connections I've made on LinkedIn, and that's really encouraged me to keep trying. I think because I believe that everyone has a choice, but if you're not aware that what you're doing is harming yourself, it's a bit like soft drinks. I mean, all the big corporate businesses, they're selling us stuff that's was naturally created, and they've manufactured it, and it's now seen to cause problems for our health and our longevity. And I think we've got to say, hey, stop it. Stop playing with the food. Let us play with it. Let us buy tons of tomatoes and make tomato soup without salt in it. Stop wrecking everything and then serving it to us as a toxic, you know. The science is there, so why we keep doing the same thing? But I've noticed all the cooking shows, they're all teaching people all these lovely recipes, but you've got to spend maybe $200 to buy the ingredients to get a couple of recipes done, and that's extravagant. Because if you're spending all that money on your own meals, you can't even throw $5 to a homeless person. So it's a bit about responsibility on the earth, planting seeds, replenishing, not using up so much, not being so excessive. But we are structured to follow the trends, and I find in 2025 we're a self-indulgent, narcissistic, gluttonous group of people that are so easily offended that they obviously haven't experienced life, because if they're too busy being offended, they're not doing life, because they're not solving anything and they're not changing anything. They're just reacting. So rather than reacting in a negative way, I'm trying to do something positive. And even if it is farcical, I feel better about each day that I'm trying to make a difference. God knows what I'm doing. And we all have an expiration date. So I just want to plant the seeds while I can. And if it's a bad idea, I just want to know how to make it better. You know, so it's not about having my name on something. It's just about motivating people to feel compassion for their other humans on this planet, because we're all stuck on the same, we've all got the same rules like gravity and life, death, and sickness. So we shouldn't be separate. So I'm trying to bring us all together. And it shouldn't be political, it shouldn't be religious, it shouldn't be cultural, and it shouldn't be age or sex. It just should be people, humans that are born. They're in a vehicle, and it's not their fault that their vehicle may not be as superior as someone else's, but they all fail. And they all can't go anywhere unless they're moving. So you've got to have momentum. So direction doesn't matter if you're not moving. Evil. I can see it from here. Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
my
it's
heart.
it's my light. It's my light to support you and to support your mission, because you might not be famous, and it doesn't mean that you will not have impact. I'm sure that right now there are already dozens and hundreds of people that were or are knowing you, and that are loving what you are doing, what you were doing for many years already as a chef, and that you became more conscious, and that you will impact people. So indeed, we don't know our expiration date. I would be happy to say that I can live 40 years from now, but it's not granted. I might not be able to live up till 88 years old. I might be living up till 60, up till 50, or even still at 48. I was acknowledging sadly people passing away through
Mm.
accident or through unexpected, like heart attack. Someone from at 44 years old having a heart attack, and
Mm.
I will drop some names of people that nobody knows, but they have created lots of impact. Even if it's one person, it is matter. It does matter. And sometimes it's at 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, and even one does matter. So I'm going to throw some names. So the first name is Lucie Liénard, which has impacted me for or at least 13 years of my life, because she passed away now before I was 13, my mom. Then my cousin Jerome, who impacted me through the moments I spent with him, and also through his decisions to take his life. My grandfather, who passed away 30 years and few days ago. It's his anniversary of passing on the 4 January 95.
Mm.
That impacted me. Henri Liénard. Then there was also Liliane Goffin, who was the ex-partner of my dad, who passed away more than 17 years ago, and she impacted my life. Then was also lots of other people like Angèle Rossion, my amazing friend Angèle, who I spent many Thursdays, jeudi café du bien, coffee feels good. And then even this year, I can quote my friend Axel, who passed away 35 days ago. My
Oh.
friend Jess, yeah, my friend Jess, who passed away 6 months ago due to an accident, and that I really truly love. Even if I was knowing her since only 1 year in January 2024, and then also my friend Odile, who gave me these amazing balls. Where is my ball? So I have two of them. It's a bit dirty, but it's my with my name on top of them, and it's from Pornic, which is a
Oh.
small village from Britain. And
Oh.
she passed away last year on August. But this is her legacy, her gift, the feelings that I had when I received this gift, and the feeling that I have since 12 years, that each time that I drink something in there, I am thinking about Odile. And so, Odile Salou, to be precise. Her last name is Salou, Salou. So it's really to realize that we don't need to be famous. As long as we are creating an impact for one person, for me, that means success. It's the quote of
Mm.
Ralph Waldo Emerson. The success is when you can do something for making a life more easier to live, a heart more lighter to beat. And that for that you are creating an impact for many, many people. Let me pour some love into you.
Thank you.
And hello, Laverne. Hello, everyone. I'm commuting home from work. Thank you so much. Wish you also a blessed weekend to you, Laverne. Thank you so much for your comment. And so, what is the second question? Because I'm continuing. What is the second question that you would like anyone to ask you?
If they have any better ideas. um, I'm not used to having people around to throw ideas around with. So yeah, I always embrace feedback and advice. I always ring my dad and run things by him because I tend to get very emotional and want to make a difference right away and get frustrated. So I I, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. What I will say though is I would like to be asked what could be done, and I can I can then throw out all my suggestions, and hopefully one of the ideas might be good. Because I see repetition of behaviour, and that's all, and I don't see results. So I don't know what if it's a money pit and it's a game for raising money and doing charity, but something's not working. They're not connected, and it's like hospitals. They're all connected. If one doesn't have something, they can help each other and collaborate. So but I like to be around people that know how to make a change, want to make a change, and have people in their lives that can make a difference and are respected and have done the hard yards. Like I look at Rotary International. They've changed lives through so many programs and initiatives, and they don't let the bureaucrat get in the way. They have a program. They believe it's got legs. I don't know what it was called. I think it was I can't remember the name of the initiative. But they made loans to people to buy sewing machines so the women could sew. They could then sell stuff. They paid the loans back. They could then employ someone to learn how to sew too. They bought another machine. It's putting money in and it's causing people to be accountable because you can't just give it away because no one respects it. It's like housing. I've had seasons where I've lived with people in squats, and the Indigenous group at the time decided to light a fire because it was cold, so the house burnt down. You know, stuff like that. So I agree, housing has to be addressed, but there's also got to be accountability from the individual about the choices you make. You start when you're born. You know this world's going to be a battle, and if you're not prepared, like a good Girl Guide or a Boy Scout, you might get burnt. And you can't just go around blaming everyone for life being awful. Do something. And I guess I've surrounded myself around people that like to complain about things and are happy to bring up everything, but there's no solutions. I've been around people that got more money than sense, and they'll spend $100,000 on a handbag, and I can't. I'm not going to judge that, but I can't do that, and that's where I call myself a nuttitude because I'm nuts because I got attitude about things that I think should be right, but people disagree. So I'm wrong and they're right. So that's something I wrestle with. Who's right?
Well, I think the fact that my inside is that there is nothing right or wrong, but what we want to go towards. Do we want to go towards destruction or construction? Do we want
Mm,
to stop the destruction and go towards the construction, or do we don't want the construction and giving excuses and continue to do whatever we do that is destructing this world? It's like
mm,
I got an idea about the comparison about the plastic in the ocean. We can say, oh, we gotta collect all these plastics on the ocean and clear the ocean from plastic. But if we don't tackle the root cause, what led to
mm,
plastic in the ocean, it's going to continue. It will be an unending game of us collecting plastic and polluters to continue to pollute, like us collecting the oil that is causing dark sea pollution, but
oh yeah,
not making accountability about the catastrophe of oil that is going to the ocean. And so I think the most important, of course, we gotta treat the plastic pollution, by instance, but we gotta treat also the root cause. So there are multiple things that are going towards that. But at the end, it's about anyone that is going to be accountable, not only
mm,
each individual, but also the industrials that are throwing out the plastic. Because if they can continue, and we are forced, by instance, to get paper bags instead of plastic bags, and we are doing our effort, but we are seeing somewhere else someone polluting, continuing to pollute.
mm,
What is the
yeah,
point? There are many people that some people will say, whatever happens, I do my own job and it is. But there are all people, why do I do that job of treating better the world if there are always industries that are giving a damn? So
yeah,
it's really, and it stands for everything about
yeah,
energy consumption, about the food waste, about anything.
yeah. We're
And so
complacent.
what Yeah. So now I'm going to ask you the question. What are your insights to make a difference into this world about the omission of food waste?
Uh, 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 I think it has to start at a government level where laws maybe have to be introduced that it is a crime to dispose of good, usable fuel for the body. Uh, Negligence in that department. I mean, water and food and air are really the main thing, but not anymore because there's so much other stuff you can buy. And we've forgotten to look after our basic needs, and not just for us, but for others. Um, because a community with one is not a community. And I know that we're designed to need each other and to need interaction, and we are born creative beings. And if we're not challenging ourselves or pushing ourselves to sort of stretch beyond what we are and aim for higher and aim for greater, well, you're just here for the ride. You're not participating. And I think life means you've got to participate. And as much as I don't like having to participate with um, big corporates that shame the individual for consuming their product and the litter, who manufactured the plastic? Stop manufacturing it. Like, stop making money, stop selling it to us all. And, it's got to start somewhere. It's like a mum cooking crap food and expecting the kid to perform well at school. You got to start at, like you said, the head, the, the captain. And who's the captain? And you've got the United Nations collecting money for global warming and climate change, but Mother Nature will do what she wants. we can throw money at this thing as long as we want, but when you've got oil ships um, dripping their whole contents of their um, boat into the ocean, and the same company has been cleaning it up, is owned by the same company, there's conflict of interest everywhere, but no one is prepared to say, hey, you can't make the problem and get paid to fix the problem. But I'm no lawyer, and I'm certifiably crazy. So anything I say is just because I haven't had my medicine. So that's my that's my waiver. I'm crazy. But yeah, no, I
You are
think
not. I will tell you, you are not crazy. You are human. Because it's if we are normal in a toxic and crazy world, then we are crazy. But being crazy in a toxic, crazy world, as long as we are tapping into humanity, then we are not crazy. Because
yeah.
it's really I'm still blessed to be alive. I'm still
Mm,
blessed that there are many resources on Earth that allows us 8.2 billion people to
mm,
live. Although there are bad situations where people are hungry or not access to proper food or proper water, or have health issues because of pollution on air, ocean, on Earth. There
mm,
are nothing is perfect 100%, but I think, and for me, this is not the reason that in 2025, if 2025 is better than 1800 or 1600 or 2000 years ago, it is not the reason to say, okay, we've done all, we don't do nothing
yeah,
else. No, we
stop.
have to
Yeah,
constantly
no,
progress. So
yeah,
that 99.999% of the population is having proper food, always having a roof, always having water, always having health conditions.
yeah,
Because if there are more than 15% or 10% of the population that is, and it's the case right now, I think 20 to 30 or 40% of the population doesn't have access of proper food, of proper health, of proper water. We gotta treat that, and as long as we are not treating that, we are not complete. We gotta
mm,
also connect technology with the heart, because the technology is way ahead. No
mm,
way there was the technology way ahead than now. But where is the heart? All these leaders that have $400 billion and that are saying crazy stuff, their heart is not connecting with their brains,
yeah,
and that got to change. When the
yeah,
0.1% of the population that is managing the world is not connecting to the heart, whatever, even if 99.9% of the human species is connected with the heart, and the 0.1% is owning 80% of the resource, 90% of the world finances, and are creating bad decisions and making this world
mm,
a worse place. That's the
mm,
thing that bothers me. And it's only
yeah.
0.1% of the population, but it's the one that is controlling the world. So I'm as crazy as you, because I want to make
Good.
this world a better place.
Mm,
I want to make this world a better place. And for me, it's about reconnecting with my body, with my heart, and with humanity, and to serve humanity. So right
mm,
now I'm going to share again the way that we can connect with you, because I'm going to share again your profile on LinkedIn. Do you have a YouTube channel, by the way?
uh, no, because I'm doing this on the pension, so I'm slowly working my way up and changing things as I go. So
Mm.
it's a work in
The
progress.
Yeah, and it's the famous keyword yet.
Yet, that's right.
Yeah,
This is it.
and so also I'm going to see. Do you have a website?
No, because that's the thing. I have nothing to sell. I've just got a kernel of an idea. So I'm just planting that seed, and that's free to do. And trying to get engaged with as much volunteer work as I can to um, be, because I am part of the community. I'm not ashamed to say I'm broken and don't have a job and don't know if I ever will have a job like that. But that's not important to me. I'm more worried about people. And if I'm the only
Mm,
person that cares about other people, well, maybe a few people might come out of this trip alive or a bit wiser or feel loved, because I think everyone has this facade, this, especially in the business world, that they're not human, and you can't be vulnerable, you can't be seen as weak or uncertain. But I just did this full force. Here I am, and I've got a bone to pick because dough made me fat, and I'm going to get dough back.
mm,
That might be my, because I believe being educated to eat a certain way as a standard and then find out that it's wrong and the food pyramid is actually upside down.
mm.
If I'd sent a meal out that was wrong and upside down, I'd get it thrown back at me and I'd lose my reputation. So I just want
Mm,
some accountability of the people that put these things in place, but actually call it out, say we got it wrong. We're sorry.
yeah,
But all the people that don't have access to internet or TV because they can't afford to plug in and play, they don't know. And they're going to keep eating the same thing because it suits and they love it. And they do what they want for their body. So, yeah, thank
that's
you.
why we need also people that are able to that people that have access to internet and television, the right one, because there are also television that are spreading some lies, but
Mm,
be able to tell the people that doesn't have access to internet and proper information. We need advocates that are because by instance there are elders. And what makes me sad also, and it's really something that we have to tackle, because one day, guess what? I'm going also to be elder in 20, 40 years. And I don't want to live what my elders are where or are living. My dad,
mm,
I want to make things changing for me, not seeing what is my dad living apply to me, or what was my granddad living apply to me. So we need also to value the seniors, because they have a lot of experience and of value. But guess what? The society, the capitalistic society, said that after that you are in the retirement, you don't worth nothing,
mm,
because the state is paying back. You spend years and years and decades to work tirelessly. You have a low retirement income, and you are set as redundant
mm,
society. And
mm,
that reminds me about Logan's Run, an old TV series
mm,
and movie. People were disappearing, let's say exterminated, after their 30th anniversary, just to regulate the population. So
mm,
after 30
mm.
years old, you are already redundant in that movie. And so we need to say, okay, you are 80 years old, you are still a place in the society. We need to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's why I'm convinced they took the Bible out of our schools because there is an expectation that you can live to 400 there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But
and
then
my nan, she lived till 101. She wanted the letter from the
yeah.
Queen, and she wasn't going to go anywhere. But she ate. She cooked real food, didn't buy pre-prepared, you know, mixes, that's convenient and fast and tasty, because we all know everything that's too good to be true usually is. And there's a consequence of eating too much of anything. But if I you like seeds in apple, that's arsenic. So you eat all the apple seeds, you're going to get sick. So that you've got to be aware of the science. And I mean, food can kill you.
Yeah.
If you've got an allergy, you will have physical, psychological, and emotional reaction. And people are reacting like crazy, but they've never thought maybe it's the food I'm eating.
Mm. Yeah. So I'm going also to challenge you with love. Uh, in my side, you are not broken. You are mending, and very soon you will be mended. I'm pretty sure.
I'll receive that. Thank you.
With love, and also that I'm really happy to give you a voice, to give you a stage, and that your website will first, also your website will be soon, and YouTube channel will be soon online, and second, you don't have to sell anything. You are selling a movement of better food consumption and better
Yeah,
food awareness.
awareness. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just I'm scared that I'll get sued. But
Mm.
I look at Pritikin, I look at all the other people that keto diet. All of them have sort of walked away from what my stance is, and they're still around. But I just have to be careful, because I don't want to destroy anything. I just want to change the reality, like let people realize that if we've been doing maths for so long and it worked out that there was an error, let's just correct it and let everyone know there was an error.
Let me tell you also that I'm sure that you will do, you are doing already many things good to the humans. And unlike these amazing little birds, there are also angels around you that are spreading their wings of love to you. So I'm sure that you can be, of course, prudent, but feel free also to do bold moves. That's also something that I was tapping into. This year I would like also to do bold moves and not
No.
to be paralyzed by, oh, what happens if I do that? Oh, I feel to not be able to handle that. Or oh, so it's gotta to be bold moves, and even if it's like first attempt in learning, we
Yeah.
don't fail. We first attempt to learn.
Yeah.
And aside that, I'm going to end this session right now. Before that, what is the last thing? Imagine that you are spreading your wings tomorrow, and that today is your last day. What is the message that you would like to tell to anyone in the audience from that are watching now and that will watch on the replay?
uh, that life is eternal, and get life on earth right, and you got a chance of making something wonderful for eternity. The seeds that you plant are what you reap.
Hmm.
And I won't go too preachy. Yeah, I just believe God
It's
loves
okay.
everyone,
Yeah.
and everyone's got a chance to make a difference. And it's an opportunity, but it's a choice, like food. What you do, what you say, what you eat, and how you act is all a choice. So look at your choices, and it's okay to be nuts, because otherwise no one would be asking any questions. So yeah, thanks, Ollie, for taking the time to even care.
I do the best I can, and also I challenge myself that I do that, and it's effective. It's done. it's not a try. That's also something that I realized in you, and that I'm doing also sometimes, that I'm trying, and to really rephrase that, not trying, but I'm doing it, and I will
Yes.
succeed. I am already succeeding, and because it's a present continuous, it doesn't mean that I already succeeded right now, but I am succeeding. So I am doing things already towards success, and each step at a time. So with that, I was thinking also about the song. It could be heaven. It could be heaven for everyone, because
Mm.
it could be that. It could be that. Of course, heaven is different from earth, and earth will never be heaven. But we are trying right now to make earth a heaven place, and that's really what keeps me alive. That the powerful play still goes on, and that I might contribute to verse. What
Mm.
verse are we going to rhyme while we are still breathing? It's from the Dead Poet Society. Oh, Captain, my Captain. So,
Yes.
oh, Kelly, my Kelly, I bow on you, and thank you so much for joining this amazing session, the first 2025 Oli Presents. And next week, there will be another guest. Surprise. Surprise. It will not
I
be
can't
Kelly
wait to
Price.
watch.
Yeah, it will be not Kelly Price, but it will be a surprise. That's my pun.
I-
Yeah.
Ollie.
Thank you so much. Hugs and love.